today is Hank Klibanoff, Henry S. We know him as Hank Klibanoff. A keen observer and researcher of the civil rights movement in the South, Hank Klibanoff won the Pulitzer Prize in 2007 for his book, The Race Beat, The Press, the Civil Rights Struggle, and the Awakening of a Nation. It's a great honor for us to have Hank himself with us today, and so we welcome you, sir.
Thank you very much. What an honor to be here, to be part of this. I feel a little out of my league when I look at who the other winners are from last year and this year. When I first heard I got the award, I was overwhelmed and we tried to figure out what day would work the best, and I'm communicating back and forth with Sandra Morgan on this at the time, and unaware that who the other honorees were at the time. It's a little complicated because I wanted to do it in November, and I was going to be out of the country for 3 weeks and trying to find the right date, and I was feeling like I was being a problem as far as finding the date. So at one point I said to Sandra, I said, if it works out that the date works, that a particular date works for everybody else, but not for me, I'll understand if you have to do this without me, maybe defer me for a year. She said, oh no, we can't do this without you. You're the only living recipient. You know what a burden you placed on me? But I decided to retain that distinction by continuing to live. But thank you, Mr. Mayor, and to the City Council and to the committee. What a great idea and beautifully executed. It's easy in the current climate to say, no, we can't do this and we can't do that. Times are hard, but people and groups of people of vision do things in spite of that. And they're always looking forward, and I'm grateful to y'all for looking forward. Thank you to Sandra and to Martha Jo Murphy as well. You put together a wonderful program here. I do want to take the moment to mention that I have family here. My wife, Laurie, and my daughter, Corinne, one of our daughters. Two of my sisters, Judy Klibanoff Engel, Ruth Klibanoff Berg. My brother, Daniel, here with his wife, Kathleen, daughter, Isabel, and son, Jackson. And it's great to be here. And as you could well imagine, the two people who I most would want to be here are no longer with us, my parents. But if I might say, this is as great a tribute to Morris and Rosalind Klibanoff as it is to me, because I am a blend of them and have always been grateful. For my mother, it's her intellectual capacity that she passed on to me that helps me understand the significance of this honor. And it's my father's big heart that helps me understand and why I feel so emotional about this honor. And so for that I'm grateful. I see here people who have meant a lot to me from my high school years. Some of us were together from nursery school, Miss McElrath, Miss Darby, Kilby, Appleby, Coffee, on up till now, and we've retained and maintained our friendship. One of those is Ed Yielding. We were in the class of '67 at Coffee. And another one then, Middleton Sibley, who you mentioned before, was in our class as well. And so that's wonderful. Other people who were just neighbors and family. I can't tell you how grateful I am to know when I come back here that I've got Howard Zeff and Miriam Zeff Dyer here as family. I love them so much, and it's always good to come back and see them. And Jane, Barbara Zeff, and Richard Taylor with them as well. So thank you for that. I just want to say that I see members here from the congregation, Temple B'nai Israel, which had a powerful impact on my life. And I think that I want to say that as sort of part of my final remarks, which is that what made Florence great to me growing up, and what made it possible for me to think big or to do whatever I did, was the fact that Florence was a unique, different community. This is a community that accepted in its embrace people who were very different from them. It accepted people whose names were Hyman and Lily Klibanoff, who spoke with strange accents and were not mainstream religion, in part of a mainstream religion as we knew it here. Or Lewis and Anna Rosenbaum. Many of the members of the congregation here will, remember Bertha Klanova. I mean, these were interesting people who were different from the mainstream Florence people. But Florence embraced them, and Florence accepted them. And Florence grew power from that acceptance, that diversity, and that to me is a very powerful force. And I know that it exists today. I see it in the people I know. And people of open mind and big hearts and a wide embrace. And these are people who have embraced me, and I'm grateful. Two people who I know have been maybe vocal, but maybe quiet supporters to whom I'm grateful, or I just refer to them as the Nancys, Nancy Sanford and Nancy Gons. They're emblematic of people who think big, and as clearly the committee does, and so many others. And for that, I'm grateful, and I want to thank you for this wonderful honor. It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Hank, and we look forward to your next book.